Welcome to the Harjit and Prayer show with your host, Harjit and Prayer.
All right, we're back.
What up, Harjit? How are you?
Hey, one more week, man. One more week
Yeah,
till
dude. Yeah, that's
MS
right.
Ignite.
That's crazy. Yeah, so we're recording this Friday night. It is 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I am tired, but one day closer
One day
to
closer.
yeah.
Actually, you know what? At this time next week, I'm gonna be like trying to finish up my packing and trying to find all the little things that I'm forgetting. You
Mhm.
know, oh, do I have this charger and do I have this cable and right?
That's funny, yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
before I forget, I only have to drive to Orlando, so if you need me to pick up anything at Trader Joe's or Whole
Oh
Foods,
yes,
let me know.
yes,
That way I'll grab it
definitely.
on the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, we're getting closer. Everybody's anxious. Uh, the big reveal was today. I'm not going to say what big reveal because I just don't understand why it's such a big. I, I just don't get cultural phenomena and trends and stuff like that. So I'm like, why is this such a big deal? So I'm not even going to say what it is. You can,
Yeah,
because but whatever.
yeah,
I,
but you know what? This is every year. We see this every year. It's like, oh my god, are they going to talk about that? When are they going to show us? It's like, I think the reason there's such a hype because it was created that way. Maybe a couple of years ago, or 3, 4
oh,
years ago.
manufactured hype.
Manufactured hype, right?
Got it.
So if
Okay.
that never happens, because everybody just go to a conference and they get whatever. Okay, sign in. Oh
Yep.
yeah, you get a little pouch for whatever. Because I've gone to conferences where they either give you like a jacket.
Yeah.
MMS gives you jackets. I've been to others where you get uh, a nice pouch to put cables and stuff like that, and
Cool.
other places give you like a water bottle and whatever, something like that. But you never really yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna go sign in and see whatever they give you.
Yeah.
Um, but this one is like it's obviously a manufactured hype, like you said, and now it's become
Whatever this is.
whatever
I
this
mean,
is.
if people are into it, that's great. It's just like, wow, this is like completely overwhelming Twitter
Yeah,
and all this other stuff. Like over, it's to me, it's really funny. That's all. I kudos to the people that are into it and whoever came up with the designs and
I mean, to me,
Rick
it's
and
like
Joey for doing the grand reveal today. So
right. To me, like it doesn't make a difference, right? Like knowing in advance what it is, like is that really gonna affect what you're gonna bring or not? Like,
yeah.
right? Because
Hmm.
generally, when I go to Ignite, I usually don't use that bag, the bag.
Yeah.
I usually just bring it back to my room and then pack it in my suitcase. Because I'm always bringing my own, anyways,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And one reason why I do that, why I use my own, is because everybody has the same thing. Everybody's walking around with the same colors, the
Yeah.
same style. It's like, hey, is that mine or is that yours? Is that, when you're sitting
Yeah.
down at lunch or you're sitting down somewhere, it's easy to misplace and
Yep.
and and I like to be a bit more unique.
No, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I'll bring it back to my hotel room, and then I'll actually use it at work because
Yeah.
I like to, it's a useful piece to do, carry your
Yeah.
stuff in and whatever. But at Ignite, I want something that's just lightweight and cool, can hold a lot of stuff. And I remember I wore that thing back to my hotel room, and my back was completely soaked. I'm like, oh my gosh! But then when I wore my like regular bag, it wasn't like that at all. Just because like I came prepared with knowing I'm not I don't want to be hot when I'm wearing a backpack in the morning.
Right.
So
Right.
whatever. I literally don't care. I'm not going to cancel my registration because I don't like the bag. If people do that, now that would blow my mind.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm not going to register until I know what the bag looks like. Oh my god.
From what I've seen, it does look larger than previous years.
I think people wanted that, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. So in a way, it's a good bag, especially for Monday when the expo hall opens, because you can
Okay.
you can load up with a lot of swag. It really has a lot of room in it. So it's got
Cool.
some neat features from what I saw. But hey, yeah, hey, I'm gonna get
Excellent.
one anyways. So I'm not really worried about it. But I'm just like you too. Like, okay, you know,
Yeah.
yeah. So let's move on from there. So this show, we want to talk about what not to do, the don'ts, right? Because I think everybody's talking about do this and don't forget to do that and sign up for this and don't forget to go there and, right? Make sure this, make sure that. But what
Hmm.
about the don'ts? So I think we've compiled a list, and that's just our opinion and our from our experiences, what we've seen,
Yep.
and we just want to share with you. So, you know,
Okay. So I took notes, and so I'm going to say it, but we're going to both talk about it. So,
yeah,
number one, oh my God, please don't do this. Don't wear sandals.
yes, you
You're
are
gonna,
gonna be sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, I
I'm
did
not gonna.
that. So, a personal story. When I went to Taquet, New Orleans, I thought I'll be a cool guy because people said don't wear sandals. I'm like, whatever. And I wore sandals, and I was raw. The back of my heel was just, I
I don't
was
want to
looking
know anymore.
I was looking for band-aids. I mean, so then I went back. I mean, it was like it was a pre-day. Actually, it was a Sunday, and
Yep.
then halfway through, I went back because thank God the hotel was just across the street,
Okay.
and so I went back and then put socks and shoes and never went back to sandals again.
Yeah.
So when they say
Cool.
don't wear sandals, literally don't do it because
Yeah. Absolutely. If you're gonna wear sandals, wear socks with your sandals.
yeah.
You're gonna. I mean, I do that. My wife hates it
Yeah, I
because I
hate that
really
look
like.
though. I
I'm not good,
hate.
but I'm not doing that at Ignite. It's not
Right.
gonna be comfortable. So
Yeah, yeah.
anyway, all
All
right. The
right.
next one. Uh, don't hog the drinks. Leave some for others.
Yeah. So what do we mean by that? So what we're talking about is that Microsoft is really kind and nice to provide lots of drinks, cold drinks. There'll be refrigerators, especially for first timers who don't know what we're talking about. There'll be refrigerators all over the place, from the Hyatt to the West Building, right? That's what they.
Hmm.
So all the way through, there'll be, you'll just walk up and take whatever you want. There's Dr. Pepper, there's Coke, there's Sprite, there's juices, there's, iced teas, and you name it, and you have it. Coconut water, whatever.
Coconut water? No.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
that's
I've
new.
seen it.
Okay, I've never seen it in there. Okay.
Yeah. So you get all sorts of varieties, and yeah, you grab one, you walk, you're going to your next session, whatever. That's cool. But I've also seen, and you have seen it yourself too, where people will actually walk up to one of these refrigerators, literally open up their backpack, and just start dumping, you know, 5 cans of Coke and, 5 things of iced tea and stuff like that to bring back to their hotel room. I don't know how they can drink that much.
And I know that they're bringing it back to the hotel room because I asked,
Yeah. And
and
they
that's what
are,
they said.
yeah.
So,
Why would
yeah.
you walk around with so much? I mean, they're all over the place. But the point is that, yeah, while it's free and available, just be courteous to the other attendees who may want a specific drink, but now you've taken 5 of them and they don't have that opportunity for that. Now they're going to go find another refrigerator,
Right.
way down somewhere. So that's one thing. And then two, you look greedy, right? It all comes down to image and reputation and stuff like that. So, once someone sees you, like, stocking up like that, and they run into you in the expo hall or out in a restaurant somewhere, you're just gonna have a very different vibe, I guess.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And drinking that much soda over a period of a day, if that's what's happening, is probably really bad
yeah, sugar
for you.
high, and
But
yeah, and you're gonna
yep,
crash faster too.
yeah. My recommendation for morning drink, by the way, is a combination of There's always red grapefruit juice and orange juice.
Ah,
Like if you can't grab coffee, that's a great substitute because it brings your sugar level up and it just like keeps it steady
okay.
until like around lunchtime or something like that. And then like as long as you're had a good breakfast, it'll keep you awake.
Yep.
So that's just my 2 cents there.
Yep.
Anyway, so that's the deal with the drinks. Oh, seating in the
Yes.
sessions.
Don't hog seats, right? So the message here is that when you have sessions that are really popular sessions, some sessions are, there's lots of room and stuff like that,
Yeah.
but that's fine. But the popular sessions, everyone's walking around looking for seats, or standing because they can't find something, and here you are with your backpack, hogging another seat just so that your backpack can have a nice little view, I guess, of the session. Um, if you're saving it for a friend, it's one thing. But if you're just gonna put
Yeah.
your backpack there, be courteous. Put your backpack down, whatever. Let people sit and you know,
Yep. Ugh. This one's disgusting. Wash your hands.
yes. So don't walk out of the bathroom after doing whatever you do without washing your hands. And this is how people get sick. you
Yep.
know, it's true.
It's
We always
disgusting.
run into people who are like, oh, I'm not feeling good. Oh, I've got a cold now and stuff like that. It's because of poor hygiene. You know,
Right.
we we're meeting thousands of people, literally thousands of people. We're walking down the hallways and someone's, hey, prayer, hey, Harjit, and shaking our hands and that sort of a thing. And come on, help me out here, guys. Help us out
Yeah.
here.
Absolutely. I
I don't want
agree.
to get
I'm not.
sick.
I don't. We just shouldn't even have to mention that one, but
Yeah,
we
but
did.
but people do that. Just yeah.
Oh my word. Okay. Oh.
Oh, so wait. So okay. So talking about handshakes and stuff, one of the things that I have incorporated, and you'll see me doing this a lot, is that I started doing fist bumps instead of shaking hands because you know I don't want to.
Don't
Don't
hassle the
be.
purple shirts.
Don't hassle the purple shirts. Don't disrespect them. They
Yeah.
work very hard to make the event successful. Microsoft staff is one thing. They don't work for Microsoft. I mean, they're not employees of Microsoft. They're like an outside vendor that's hired by Microsoft. And they're brought in from, across from around the country. They're
Hmm.
flown in there. They're there for the week. And you'll see them with those, Surface and stuff like that, right? With you walk
Yes.
up to them and they'll immediately, oh yeah, you're looking for this, and here you go, boom. Oh, you're looking for the closest bathroom. Oh, there it is. And you're looking for food. Okay, that's gonna be here. Things like that. And be courteous. I mean, they're nice people. They're trying to do their job. You know, and one of the other caveats or with this or the issues that I find is that people will come to sessions late, right? They'll run from wherever, and it happens because you just can't make it. But the sessions get full. There's a
Hmm.
capacity issue with the rooms, right? I mean, when a room is full, it's full, and they will stop you from going in, and they
Right.
will say no more, right?
Hmm.
And I've seen people will stand out there and they'll start arguing with these people, with these who are just trying to do their job. You're
Right.
talking about fire codes and liability and all that stuff. So just be nice, be understanding, and everybody will have a good time.
Absolutely. Oh yes. Don't be cheap
Don't be cheap.
at
Yes.
the
So
if you're attending a vendor event. Vendor
yes,
event.
yes. So this is not. Yeah. So don't be cheap. Yeah. Tip, right? So you go to vendor parties. Obviously, the drinks are covered.
Hmm.
There's always food is covered. Things like that. So you're basically just showing up and enjoying the company. You're meeting people. You're having drinks and stuff like that, and you're not paying a dime.
Right.
But because you're not paying a dime, you're not doing your due diligence by taking care of the bartenders and all the wait staff
Right.
who are taking care of you.
Hmm.
So where you would have spent $50, $60 on food and drinks, you're saving all that money. You might as well splurge $20 towards a tip and stuff,
Right.
and you'll get better, and you get treated even better.
Absolutely. And also remember that we're coming back to Orlando in the future. And so we want them to be able to say, "Oh, yes, I love this conference because they tip like crazy."
Yeah.
And like, yeah.
Yeah.
So next one. Oh, this is like so obvious. I'm sad that we even have to say it, but don't drink and drive.
Hey, that's a good one. So there was some chatter today in one of the WhatsApp groups we're both on, and we know some attendees they rent cars, and I know you're driving from home and stuff, but you're going to be parking and not touching your car and stuff. But some of them will drive from their hotel, wherever it is, to the convention center and park, for the day and then drive back and all that fun stuff. But there was some chatter today about, they were surprised that some people were driving after going to parties or even the attendee celebration and, and things like that. So that is just irresponsible. Irresponsible. It's wrong. Have a good time. It is not worth the risk for yourself and for others.
Yep.
So Ignite is full of food and drinks and parties and networking. There's other ways to travel.
Uber and Lyft are plentiful.
And they're not, and they're pretty reasonable.
Yes, extremely reasonable. So don't be stupid.
Yeah.
Okay. This one. Don't throw your status to get into a party.
Yes. So we've seen that too. We've heard chatters too about that kind of stuff where people will go up to a vendor and say, "Hey, I am so and so. Don't you have a special, swag for me?" Right?
That's so crazy.
Right?
Oh my God, that's crazy.
It is true.
Wow.
And
that's messed up. Okay.
I'm so and so, and I'm with this organization, this networking group, and I want that swag. I heard you have special swag for that. Or, hey, how come I can't get into the party?
Mm-hmm.
Things like that. Or even when they show up at a party, they start throwing their status on, it doesn't mean anything. You are nobody.
Right.
Just, they don't owe you anything. It's
if you really want to get into a party, contact your representative for the party that you want to get into, that you buy stuff from, and ask them, and they will probably let you in.
Yes.
This is for customers.
Yeah.
It's for customers. It's not just like,
they take care of their customers, right?
Yeah, and
but on another hand too, I've seen, I've gone to I've heard of a party that I really wanted to go to. I end up talking. I show up at the booth. I'm talking to them about their products or whatever, and as we're just having a nice conversation, and they realize you're a nice guy. Hey, you know what? Blah blah blah. Hey, why don't you come over to our party we're having? That's tomorrow night and stuff. Yeah. Oh, really? Okay, cool. Here you go. Here's the invitation, stuff like that. They'll extend it out to you.
Absolutely.
All
right, cool. Oh, don't hog the expert's time.
Oh, yes. That's a big one. That's one of my pet peeves. It's like, so I will have like one question that I'm dying to get answered by experts, especially the Microsoft experts in the expo hall. And, you get up there and, because of staffing and, they have rotations and stuff, you end up with one expert for a particular product or station, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now you have like, either one person in front of you or you got three people in front of you or whatever. But that first person is just taking his sweet time and having grandmother stories and just taking the conversation to, somewhere else. It's very hard to actually cut in and say, hey, can I step in here because I've got a question or something like that, whatever, because the staff are actually trying to be really nice. They want to, they're not going to say, hey, that's enough. We got somebody else behind, So
look at the line behind you and be aware of it.
Be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of what, maybe you can come back later, after you got one or two questions answered and give somebody else a chance.
Yep.
So.
Can you schedule time with experts through the schedule builder? Is that a thing?
Not yes, you can. Well, you
Okay,
can schedule a meeting with anybody. So if you
interesting.
find
So that
somebody,
might be if you like really need to get
yeah,
something answered, maybe utilize that.
yeah, they have a meeting
That's cool.
function. You can, and if they accept it, then you can schedule and say I'll meet you here, and whatever.
Cool. That's
So
awesome.
yeah,
Okay, next. Don't cut in line. Oh man, that one just sets me off.
that's
Like
your
when
pet peeve. Yeah,
that is really this. I think it stems from elementary school when people always used to cut
yeah,
me in line because they knew I wouldn't fight back. Well, now I get very agitated and I will call you out
yeah,
um, because we are now adults. Oh my
yeah,
goodness, we're adults. Whoa! So there's just a standard way of behaving, and if there's a group of people that are patiently waiting for something in line, whether it's to grab a snack, to talk to an expert, for swag, um,
yeah.
buses, getting on the
Buses. Oh,
buses
that's
and
a good
stuff
one.
like that.
Yep.
Like, just wait in line. Like, you don't have to be rude. And sometimes it's cultural. I understand. Like, they
Yeah,
don't know. Like, oh, there's a line there. I get that. But man, like,
that's a good point.
just
Yeah,
so don't cut.
yeah.
Oh man, getting all riled up. Okay. Okay, here's a good one. Don't litter.
Yes. Don't litter. What we mean by that is be good to the environment. Try to recycle as much as you can. And we talked about those free drinks.
Hmm.
Well, I've seen like in sessions, people will leave those drinks behind under the
Yeah.
seats. Empty bottles or empty cans or whatever. Don't do that. Pick up your trash. Take it
Yeah.
out, recycle, and
Yep.
also try to be more uh, environmental friendly in terms of like could you use your water bottle to
Hmm.
for your water instead of grabbing up
Absolutely.
things like that. Use a water fountain and um,
Yeah. Especially at the closing party. Like, throw away your trash.
yeah,
Don't just like drop it on the ground and be silly like that. Like, people have to clean it up. Just do the
somebody
right
has to
thing.
clean up that mess. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And and
Exactly.
you
And
can do it.
again, we want to be able to come back to that
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
That's one of my. I don't know any other park except that in Orlando, and I love it there.
yeah.
So I hope we continue to go back in the future. Anyway, yeah. So don't litter. Don't make a mess. Oh yeah, here's the good one. To be do some social justice stuff. Don't throw away your swag.
Yes. So people tend to collect a lot during the week,
Hmm.
and they will collect way more than they need, and then they'll realize at the end, like, oh boy, I can't pack this. I can't take it home.
Hmm.
I'm over. My luggage is overweight and stuff like that. So what they'll do is they'll end up tossing those T-shirts and stuff that, T-shirts and other knickknacks that they get from as swag. So don't throw those things away. You can donate it. Donate it to a homeless shelter, some charity organization, things like that can make use of these amazing, good quality things.
Yeah.
Um, we're talking about some places. There's tons of pens that you get, and
Hmm.
those pens can be used by a school. You know, anything.
Yeah.
Teachers are looking for those kind of things.
Yep.
Some vendors will have toys, little fluffy things and whatever. Those
Hmm.
can be used by daycares or even at the children's hospital and things like that. So just think about those things that you can recycle these things back into the community somehow and help somebody else
Right.
out.
Yep. And keep your eyes open
Yeah.
for maybe at Ignite collection. I've never. I don't think I've seen it happen yet, but sometimes I've heard of people doing it, of where there'll be a, hey,
Okay.
let's meet here. I'm gonna take all your T-shirts if you don't want them, and then I'm gonna bring them to a local
Yes.
shelter. So just keep your ears open on Twitter
Yeah,
and
watch Twitter and stuff like that because those kind of announcement will happen. And yeah, usually every year I think there'll be some kind of collection,
right.
over collected stuff and
Yeah, it's
bring
kind of
it.
like an organic thing. It just kind of happens. It's
Yeah,
not. it's just like, all right, let's try to do this.
Because
So
there'll be
in the
someone who works with a local charity or
right.
organization in Orlando, for example, and
Hmm.
they'll send a truck or something to come and pick up that stuff. So yeah, just
Yeah.
be aware of that kind of stuff. Um, is that what we had?
Cool. That was it.
So the other thing about we were talking about tips. I forgot. I just realized that don't forget to tip your housekeeping staff. They're taking care of your room. You don't have to give that much. I mean, if you just give a couple of dollars a day,
Hmm.
whatever you factor that in, that's still it's something.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
good.
it's good stuff. I usually what I do is I always leave money behind, usually at the end of the week or that sort of a thing, and then I also leave some uh, goodies that I find. Like if I find some really nice snacks that are non-perishable kind of a thing that, for example, like nuts and things like that that I don't want to
Okay,
but
cool.
I won't use them, but I will leave it there nicely. Leave a nice note, and they can bring it back to their family or use it themselves, kind of a thing.
Yeah, cool.
Sometimes you'll have extra. If you hog some of those extra drinks, you can you can put it together in a corner somewhere for them.
Yeah,
Um, yeah. So
cool.
I've even left like sometimes I've left a couple of nice shirts behind. Like I've never used it, but I
Hmm.
fold them up and I'll leave a note. Hey, I had this extra stuff. Maybe you could use it, or know someone that could use it. And things like that. So they'll take it. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
So just be nice to them and stuff. And so
Yeah,
bottom line, I think what we're trying to get at is that be good citizens, be good attendees, be good people. Like we're IT people. We're all in it for in the same boat. It's technically a small community. Eventually,
right.
um,
And people have this reputation
yeah.
of not just have this reputation that isn't the most positive, and that's why you get the skits in Saturday Night Live. That's why you have the
Yes,
show called the IT show from,
that's
you
why you
know.
have this show.
Hopefully we behave better than some of our peers anyway.
Right,
Most of the time anyway.
right.
So,
So yeah, and I think that's the all the don'ts, I guess.
yeah,
So if you have
cool.
any more, don'ts, just add it to the comments under our video here, and we'll have a conversation. Or find us on Twitter and converse with us like that.
Absolutely.
So
Cool.
all right, man. So I'll catch up with you soon,
Yeah.
and you will find me on Twitter. I am Hoorge, Hoorge.
And you'll also find me on Twitter. I have become more active lately. And my handle is the IT Jedi.
Awesome. Cheers, player.
Later.
Fork, fork, fork.